This is Sarah Gibbons, Meredith Long, and Caroline Putnam's Common Craft video about Humanism and Renaissance art. Humanism is an intellectual movement at the heart of the Renaissance that focused on education and the classics. Humanists emphasized individual achievement, which was shown in portraits of inspiring figures. Renaissance artists also showed religious themes, such as Jesus and Mary, with classical Greek or Roman backgrounds. A new art technique that began was perspective, which is artistic technique used to give paintings and drawings a 3D effect. To help with perspective, shading was used. It made objects look round and real. Also, new oil paints were used. They reflected light. In addition, live models posed for artists. This made it seem much more accurate. One Renaissance artist was Leonardo da Vinci. He was the child of an affair, making his place in society extremely low. Leonardo was designed to be a tradesman, but his father helped him get in one of the most prosperous guilds at that time. He loved nature and studying corpses. By dissecting corpses, he learned how the muscles worked and bones worked in the body. Also, he was curious of invention. He sketched flying machines and underwater boats. He was talented in botany, anatomy, optics, music, architecture, and engineering. With so many talents, he was an ideal Renaissance person. His most famous piece was the Mona Lisa, a portrait of a woman with a mysterious smile. It makes people curious to know if she was smiling or has no emotion at all. Another masterpiece of his was The Last Supper. It showed Jesus and his apostles before his crucifixion. Another great artist of the Renaissance was Michelangelo. His talents were sculpting, engineering, painting, architecture, and drawing. He was thought of as a sad genius because his art shows struggles in religion and art. One of his most famous pieces was the Pieta, a statue of Mary with her crucified son, Jesus, in her lap. Another example of his work was a statue called David. It was a statue of the shepherd who killed the Goliath giant. Over the course of 4 years, Michelangelo painted murals on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. These masterpieces left him crippled. Despite many similarities, each of their creative natures compelled them to be very competitive rivals. These two brilliant artists helped shape the Renaissance. In this video, you learned about humanism and Renaissance art.